Christ in me sees the Christ in you. Everyone's a chosen one, the many and the few. All together now it takes two. The Christ in me and the Christ in you. To know love is to be loved, and I know love will stay alive. If the Christ in me sees the Christ in you, everyone's a chosen one, the many and the few. All together now it takes two. The Christ in me and the Christ in you. If my friend feels sad or broken, every time that my heart opens, love makes its way into the world. When the Christ in me sees the Christ in you, everyone's a chosen one, the many and the few. All together now it takes two. The Christ in me and the Christ in you. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. I can do all things. Sees the Christ who is my strength. I can do all things. Sees the Christ who is my strength.
Namaste. The Christ in me sees the Christ in you wherever you are. And so welcome to our LEC live streaming service on this beautiful, sunny, super warm, extra muggy summer day here in the beautiful Flint Township. And so I'd like to invite you all to join with us here for an opening prayer. And so if you would just close your eyes and just focus on your breath. And with our eyes closed, it is just easier for us to focus on our breathing. And just allow ourselves to take a few deep breaths. And as we do, we just allow ourselves permission to just slow down and be present. And our thoughts slow down, and as they do, in that gap and in that space between those thoughts, we are here and now, in this present moment. And this present moment is open to the infinite. It is where all life is happening. It is where our life is happening. It is where every miracle takes place. It is where every healing takes place. And so as we open to this present moment and allow the fullness of its power, of its presence, to be present in us, as we feel its healing nature, we know that our physical body in this very moment is being healed. Wherever healing has been called for, wherever in our physical body we have desired healing now, that healing is taking place. And so we just let it be. We just allow it to be. We allow that healing within us. And because we know what is true for us is true for all of life because we are one. We recognize that same healing taking place everywhere. In every hospital, in every home, in every place where healing appears to need to take place, where it is being called for by each individual, by family and friends. We know that right here and right now that healing is happening, no matter what. Healing needs to take place. For there is nothing incurable or impossible to the God that is the creator of all that is. And so we just allow that truth to be so, our knowing to be so that we feel that healing. We feel that healthy presence. We feel that sense of well-being within ourselves and all around our planet, everywhere. For the presence of God is pure spirit. And we feel that purity within ourselves and within our world. And we feel the peace that comes with that knowing. We feel the peace that comes with knowing that there is nothing opposing us, opposing our good, opposing our peace, opposing our health. There is just God, and God flowing through us and flowing through all life. And so we are at peace with that. And we know that the peace that we feel is the same peace that fills every mind with good decisions, with kind words. And we know that this is true because the peace of God is all there is in every living being. And we are so grateful to know this. We are so grateful to know that in this moment, in this now moment, our prayer is answered as we accept the truth of it, and we do accept it as true here and now. And so it is. Amen. All right. Well, this is the last Sunday we'll be saying this particular opening affirmative statement, so enjoy it, and I'll invite you to repeat after me. I'm not only this body I see, my mind and heart are unbound and free. With only God within to influence me, I express myself as I choose to be. All right, that's a good one. Okay, well, we have a few announcements. This is our final Sunday in our July focus on the power of independence. And so CDs of today's talk, The Lightness of Being, will be available upon request for $3. or up as a podcast tomorrow on our website, lecflint.com. And so our steering committee met last Sunday, and we all on the steering committee, and we know all of you, want to come together physically as soon as possible. It's what we do. We're a pretty physical church. But for us to truly be together, and just because our bodies are in the same room right now, that wouldn't mean that we can be together. And if we're going to be apart, we'll just continue to live stream so that when we come together, we can truly be together physically, without a bunch of rules and regulations to make us feel more separate than we do. So we can feel our oneness. We can feel our togetherness through this live streaming, and when the time is right, we'll know in our hearts. We'll be guided by that divine wisdom, and we'll open, and when we do, it'll be a joyous celebration for all of us. So for now, we'll continue to do live streaming and see how it goes in our state and in our country. Now, you've likely gotten or seen, at least on Facebook by now, and you'll be getting an email about this next week, but we're still having our annual picnic outdoors in the beautiful breezes off Crane Lake at Jim and Laura Sostrom's house. And it'll be August 9th, right after our live streaming service. And so on Facebook and also on the email, it will ask that if you plan to come, we would love to know how many of our friends and family will be there. So if you could RSVP to me, all lowercase, REV, period, Stephanie at Comcast.net. Say I'm coming. If you're not coming, don't email me. And if you want to bring a dish, then say so when you RSVP. And thank you to those of you who have already done that. Really appreciate that, because it's just a good thing to know. Okay. So mark it on your calendar, August 9th, roughly 12:30-ish. Okay. So Reverend Kim has put together another game night via Zoom, and it's going to be this Friday, and it's going to be lots of fun. It starts at 6 p.m., and if you would like to join us, then just send Jim Gould, our Zoom man, let him know through email, and it's j.r.gould123@gmail.com, and he'll send you a link so you can play with us, and it'll be a lot of fun. And now we have a special guest. Reverend Kim is here to tell us about her upcoming class.
Hi everyone, I'm here to tell you about this great new class we're offering at LEC called Creating Sacred Space. It's based on the ancient art of Feng Shui, and it's all about creating the optimum flow of energy in your home, in your environment, whether it's one room, whether it's your entire house or apartment or condo, or whether it's even the desktop where you do all of your work or your workspace. It's all about arranging objects in ways that create the most beautiful flow of energy so that you can feel more peaceful, you can be more productive, you can feel more peace and calm within, And it is so simple to apply these many, many techniques that we're going to be learning about, exploring together. And what's really going to be fun is that you get to do it on your own space, your own home, your own whatever environment you want to apply this to. There's no book, it's just all practical, fun remedies, is what they're called in Feng Shui, to create the most beautiful, harmonious environment that you could possibly want to live in. So I hope you'll join me. It's for 4 Thursdays in August, and it is from 6:30 to 8:30. The cost is $60, and it's going to be offered via Zoom. So I hope you'll come and play and enjoy and apply all of this to your own home, because it is so beautiful to see the results, and you will see results immediately. So come join the fun.
Okay, thank you, Reverend Kim. Big hugs to you. And you know, if you want to register, you can do it on our website in the contribution area, and just be sure to say that you're registering for Reverend Kim's class. And it really, I mean, we're spending a lot of time at home. This is going to be a really good way to move some things around and then surprise ourselves every day with something new. So, yeah, be sure to sign up. Okay, if you would like to share in loving conversation and to be supported in looking at perhaps something in a different way, that if you'd like to look at it in a different way, then you will love our What's Up Wednesdays at noon. I guarantee you that you will leave the group feeling way more uplifted, a whole lot more happier than you did when you started. And we began with a centering meditation. And so if you would like to join us, again, let the Zoom man know, and he'll send you a link, and I'll hope to see you there. And we'll start with the meditation, so if you want to participate in that, then be sure to Zoom in on time. All right. I think that's it, except if you are new this morning. You may hear some concepts. This talk I'm giving today is really, it's quite simple and deep at the same time. It's very layered. So if you hear something that you haven't heard before, and just let it percolate in you, because it's going to all feel so true. Once you just allow it to touch and heal some things and cause you to remember some things. So, yeah. So welcome if you're new, and welcome if you've been coming every Sunday. We so love you. I so love you, and I know you love us, and I know you love me. So it's just all about love. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay. Well, before my talk, we are going to have a treat, and we're going to listen to Harold Payne sing "We Are Free."
We are traveling on a sacred journey. We are gathered and the tide's turning. We are bridges where walls used to be. We are rivers that keep winding our way to the sea. We are free, we are righteous, we are worthy, we are free. We are boundless, we are joyous, we are free. Our souls have been longing, a new day day is dawning, we are free. All humanity is yearning for freedom, and it's meant to be more than just words to believe in. We are reaching with outstretched hands, we are seeking to be all that we possibly can. We are free, we are righteous, we are worthy, we are free. We are boundless, we are joyous, we are free. Our souls have been longing, a new day is dawning, we are free. We are bridges where walls used to be. We are rivers that keep winding our way to the sea. We are free, we are righteous, we are worthy, we are free. We are boundless, we are joyous, we are free. Our souls have been longing, a new day is dawning, we are free.
All right. Well, we are on for the CD portion of our service. And I just want to mention, too, that the repeat of the full live streaming is available on our website. Just the talk is available as a podcast. And then there's a synopsis of it. So if there's something that you hear that you'd like to hear again, there are a lot of ways that you can hear it again. So, want to just say that today, as I've said before, is our final Sunday in our July focus on the power of independence. And if you've been following along, then you know that we are exploring what it means to be a singular, individualized representation of the divine creation of God. That's pretty much it. Just exploring that. In other words, we are focusing on how amazing we are as living beings within this amazing, unlimited, positive, always for us universe. The way of knowing tells us, therefore, understand that you are an extraordinary being. You, right where you are given opportunities moment to moment to be the truth of who you are, and therefore be the light that lights the world. We are each a ray of holy light coming forth even now from the Word of God that started it all in the beginning. Let there be light. And with those words, here we are. As rays of light extending from the same light source. There is nothing that we cannot be and do and see and experience and express together. And yet, as individualized expressions of the one creation, that original light is individualized in our soul. It's the light of our soul. And each of us is here to express creation in our own unique, one-of-a-kind way. No repeats in the universe. We're free-floating sparks of divinity on earth, in charge of our own self-expression and our life experiences. I mean, the beauty of life is that we all have a different view of the same life we share. The way of transformation tells us that light of your soul, pure spirit, remains undefiled and unlimited. That tiny ray can become aware of the whole. And that is the process of awakening. We are here in this human experience to discover individually more and more of what we're created to be together. To awaken to the beauty and harmony of the whole of creation. The power of independence isn't about being separate from life. It's just the opposite of that. It's about being independent of the influence of others, so we're free to see all of life from our own perspective and create something unique and beautiful just by being ourselves. Just by being ourselves. Now, through the powerful freedom that we have, we can choose or refuse to be confined to a physical view, to be influenced by the opinions of others, or to let the conditions of this world define who we are or how we'll live our life. Now, last Sunday we considered that if we choose to see life as we desire it to be, rather than fixating on the way it appears to be or on how others say it is, that if we make joy our quest and feeling good what matters most to us, we might appear selfish and unrealistic to those who haven't yet embraced their divine permission to fully and freely express their own individuality and become more and more aware of the joyous being that they're created to be. So it may be beneficial for us to fully understand for ourselves what it means to be an individualized expression of the whole of life, an individualized soul, an I, that is we. Now, even though we seem separate from the world we see, each of us is the world we see. We see it with our own eyes and through our own mind. Otherwise, it would do no good for us to be the change we want to see in the world. What good would that do? Abraham Hicks tells us, you are not here to bring light into the world. You are here to be light. And there's a difference. Our inner being isn't just a bigger version of the physical self we see. A self that remains separate from everything and everyone, even in the spiritual vibrational realm. We are spiritually and vibrationally one with everyone else and everything else. There is no separation in our oneness spiritually, vibrationally, or energetically, even when we're sheltered at home. We are so much more than these physical bodies that we see, and yet we make such a big deal out of them. I mean, we judge ourselves and others by their appearances, and then we protect our body from the body of everyone else as if that's all there is to us or them. But no matter how only human we think and speak and act most of the time, we remain extraordinary beings right where we are. And if we choose to be the truth of who we are, we can be the light of the world. Now, when we stand 6 feet apart, there's a livingness and energy, a vibration in that space that is the love of God. It's the purity of spirit. It's the perfection of the unity that joins us together forever as one life. It's everywhere, in us, through us, and around us. There's no space or place where it doesn't exist. There is no void in creation. If that weren't true, then we couldn't send love, send prayers, send healing energy to anyone. I mean, it's not like we put it in an envelope and send it through the mail. We send it through the energy and vibration our inner being shares with every other inner being, everywhere. It's the inner life we are together that even causes this outer life to appear at all. But we must be the love we send, or else we have nothing to send. We must see the answer to our prayer as real within us, or we don't have a prayer to give. And in that moment that we send out healing energy, we need to feel healed ourselves, or else what we send out isn't healing. Course of Love tells us free will does not make the impossible possible. It makes the possible probable. It is thus probable that you will use your free will in order to be who you are. But it is not guaranteed. It is your choice, and your choice alone. That is the only guarantee. This is the meaning of free will. And it's the meaning of self-choice. Through the power of independence, we're free to be or not to be the love that we are. Even in our most difficult moments, in these strange times, everything that is good and true and beautiful is still there for us, within us and around us. The only thing that keeps us from seeing such a self within us or such a world around us is that we decide against the view and we focus on something else. A self that's unworthy, a world that's unhealthy. We argue for the stability of individual limitations, the limitations of others, and the limitations of the world we live in. Now, these days, you've probably noticed, the world seems heavier than usual, more dense with fearful energies of powerlessness, more burdened with worry and anger and resentment and revenge. Friar Andre Maria said, the worldwide awakening continues, hyperdrive version. And we are in the process of awakening individually in hyperdrive. Right now is an extraordinary opportunity for us to awaken, to take a stand for the truth of who we are and be the light that lights the world. We don't bring it with us, we are it, or else it isn't there. Because if we're not letting our soul light up our mind and inspire our actions, if we're not bringing lightness to our way of being in the world will appear to have the power to put our lights out. We can decide to feel good, no matter how bad things seem to be. We can choose to feel light, no matter how heavy the vibes of this world feel. The tiny ray of awareness that we call ourself can affect the whole world, because we are always sending out light emissions into the spiritual, vibrational oneness we share. Ever walk into a room where the energy felt heavy, as if there'd been an argument or some negative conversation right before you walked in? And even though before you walked in, you're feeling pretty good, kind of happy and carefree, you felt your energy start to go down almost immediately. And you started to join the heavy energy of the room. We often join the low vibration of those around us because we want to show we care, or because we feel awkward in our upness, way out of place, and we want to fit in. Or we simply let our energy sink because we don't make a choice for anything else. But we can't help the world by going to war with it, no matter what side we're fighting on. We can't be angry enough to right a wrong that won't perpetuate another wrong that we need to make right. We'll just keep the cycle going round and round. We can never be down enough to lift someone else or make them happy. Happiness is an individual choice that we each make for ourselves. Ever had the feeling, and you couldn't seem to shake it, that something bad was going to happen? When we're feeling down, when we're commiserating with those around us who are emitting a vibration of hopeless resignation, the thoughts that come to our mind are generated by that low energy that we've joined. Nothing good comes to mind from a mental, emotional atmosphere of negativity. Just doesn't attract it. When our mind is dark with fear and doubt, we keep the light out. And we can't see the good and the true and the beautiful, even though it's there. We feel each other's energy. We know we are more than these physical bodies. And that's why the greatest gift that we can give each other is our own happiness and lightness of being. Good thoughts ride on the waves of a high vibration that flows in the lightness of our being and That's where inspired action originates. The way of the heart tells us, even as the thoughts of the world stream through your brain mind, even as the sensory data are received through the cellular structures of the nervous system of the body, you can relinquish these things and act only from that depth of perfect wisdom, perfect safety, and perfect peace. Just because we feel it, we don't need to go there. When we become aware of the joyous being we're created to be, when feeling good matters to us the most, we become the light in a world that is dark with sickness and sorrow. We become lightness in a world that would otherwise remain heavy and burdened by a belief in separation and by thoughts and words and actions of conflict and division. When our tiny ray becomes aware of its oneness with all the rays and God as the source of our light, we recognize the light of Christ in everyone we see. A Course of Love tells us what was once a tiny pinprick of light becomes a beacon as you open your heart and allow your true identity to be what is, even in your form. We not only are able to experience the part of life that we play here on earth with each other, at the same time we're able to experience the whole of life that lives within our part. The tiny ray, aware of light itself. Whew. But you got to decide to keep your heart open, even when it's threatened with closure by fear, so that the tiny pinprick of light becomes a beacon that lights the world. We live in a universe where anything is possible to us and through us, where nothing is withheld from us. Because all that we are becoming, all that we will ever be, we already are, and we are free to be that one. The way of the heart tells us the greatest of joys is to surrender fully into allowing that light to light your way without ceasing. And as we allow the truth of who we are to light our way, then we become the light of the world everywhere we go. Namaste. All right. Well, that was good. I'd listen to it again. Okay. All right. Well, we just want to say thank you for your loving support. We have been receiving so many beautiful contributions, and you are beautiful. Your love, your support. We feel your energy right here in this sanctuary, even if your physical body isn't here. We feel your love. We know our oneness in that spiritual, vibrational life that we share. And we feel so together in this experience, this who would have thunk it experience that we're having. So if you'd like to contribute and you don't know how, then there are several ways to do that. You can go to our Facebook page, hit the donate button, Life Enrichment Center. You can go to our website, again, lecflint.com, and hit the contribute button. You can pay through PayPal, and my favorite, because it flies over my head even when I leave the building. You can text and donate that way. You can mail in your checks. We've been receiving them, and thank you so much. So we are just grateful. We are grateful that you are receiving benefit from what we're doing, because we surely are. And we get to continue as long as you continue to support. So thank you. All right. Well, we're going to have our gratitude song called Grateful. Good name for a gratitude song. It's by Nemo Patel and Daniel Namad, and then we'll have a gratitude prayer together.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
All
is
that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Grateful for it
You're the
all.
blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything
All
will feel
that I
gorgeous.
am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all,
Every day I sit and pray cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan, but there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am,
Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
Na, 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 all that we are, all that will ever be, is what we are right now. A blessing. A blessing to each other. A blessing to ourselves. And we just keep becoming more and more of what we are. Experiencing more and more blessings, being more and more of a blessing. Life is just continually expanding and becoming more and more joyous through us. There is so much to be grateful for, and it is gratitude that allows us to become more and more of who we are, to experience more and more of this life. We can't do it if we're not grateful for it. We miss so much of what already is. We don't attract any more of the good because it's already there. We're just failing to see it. So we claim gratitude as our ways and means, appreciation as our high vibration, to experience the God of our creation, to experience the creation we are together, to experience our happiness and our health and our wholeness and our abundance together. A life that works for everyone and a life that is abundant for all beings. There is no one who's left out, no void in this universe. It's a joy in every part, and we are the parts it is joyous in. How grateful we are to know this. How grateful we are to accept our blessings moment to moment. And feeling so blessed, feeling so abundant, feeling so happy and appreciative, let us say our statement of abundance together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Amen. All right. Okay. Well, this has been a great day. Thank you for being with us. We're going to close with our peace song. It's a song to celebrate. Peace is a beautiful thing. Peace and love and joy. So let us celebrate it together. We're going to dance here, and we know you're dancing wherever you are.
Find our hearts, open our eyes.